Today, it's my first time when I speak English with an audience. Like everybody knows, I come from France, so I present you today the different projects of complex softwares. And I present you first what is complex softwares, what are the CS projects, complex softwares projects, and why we'll be happy after Click Convention 2007. But we are all happy. Okay. So complex software is not a society, it's only a little group, a very teeny group, where somebody can join, works, help us, help complex softwares to work with a lot of projects and live when they want. So actually, complex software is constituted by only one person, me. So, complex softwares is a little known for some of extensions. The different extensions which has been released since now are like Sphax message box, kernel objects for MMF2 developer, and some different objects that I've missed. Complex software is a dynamic website, a website where I can upload some files and he manage the different files and update it himself. This website is available in 3 languages. I do my best to make this website in English, and I do my best too for the Dutch, but I never speak Dutch. Okay, and the complex software is 2 complex servers. It's well known as a Sphax server. A complex server is actually the only one server which is available 24/7. It allows everybody for free to use this server for MooClick, MooGame, and Mu2. Does somebody have questions about one of these things? No? Okay. So what are the projects? Complex software, there's a lot of projects. The main projects are 4. So the 4 main projects are AnimA Studio. It's the first one. It's the main biggest project of complex software. Complex software, I want to do this AnimA Studio because it will be the successor of Space Animator. I don't know if anybody knows what is Space Animator. Yes, yeah. Space Animator was released since years now. It was a software which was made in a games factory, and which has evolved to Multimedia Fusion 1.5, and that's all. This project was for very less price, like €10, I don't remember. So AnimA Studio is designed to be an animator studio, an animation studio, where everything is animated through bones. So bones are vector, so you can draw some vector for different arms, for example. I'll show you the AnimA Studio state actually. Yes. So AnimA Studio is a real software which uses the Windows interface, normal. At the top you can see a timeline like Flash, the common timeline. At the left you can see some shortcuts for play animation, pause it, stop it, and some tools are hidden, so you can display the frame editor The frame editor is the main animation frame. So there is some tools here, and you can create bones like that, and like that. These different bones can be moved away, drag and drop. They can be rotated, and they can be linked themselves, like that. Then, if you rotate one bone, all bones follow the parent bones. So, this editor is based on a timeline. This timeline is like that. There is a bug here. So if you set a key here, a keyframe is added here. So if you play the animation, you see that. Okay. It's very simple actually. Okay. Actually, it's very simple because it's the base of the project. But I have paused this project for a moment because I developed an extension which permits me to allow better work with vector. So the base is that for all bones, you'll be able to set a degree of liberty. For example, for the bone selection, you can set the maximum position and the minimum position. Then the bones will be able only to move between this angle and this angle. In the future, you'll be able to put some images on each vectors. It's some skin. So you'll be able to load an image here, an alpha image here. Then you will be able to put the base point and the head point. The base point is here and the head point is here. Then the image will be scaled between the 2 points. Scale and rotating. That's okay for AnimA Studio. One of the main projects actually is Panda Quest. Panda Quest is a little game I've begun for a friend which is who is just married. And it's a platform game. If somebody don't understand what I say, you can stop me, not a problem. Okay, it's a platform game where the main characters are 2 pandas, one male and one female. We do here. So there is one.
Is that music from Donkey Kong Country too?
No, it's a music which has picked out from Jamendo. I don't know if you know this website.
Just sounds similar to one of the tracks at all.
Okay.
It might not be similar, but
So actually, the game is not really a game. It's more an editor, a game editor, where you can move the panda here, jump, extra, throw some grenades, look at top and throw some grenades. So the ground is big, and you can move in it. This is an editor, so there is some tools here. You can set the play field, for example, 3000 by 3000. The ground is automatically generated through a land shape here, through a name. And you can move with a fluid scroll and try to pass the different obstacles. But here I can't. So, in the land tab, you can model your ground with a tool and dig what you want. Yes. Dig it if you want. So you can make You can dig with 3 methods. This one, which create grace. This one, which create burn flow. And this one, which create grace. Which create grace and erase the background. Like you can see, the white block here is the water. You can change the water height. Then the panda will swim and you can go everywhere. You can see some dynamic shadows which are drawn dynamically. Here, it's some shadows. So if you dig, yes, it's a lot of FPS. So if you go bottom, the light is darker. And the game begins to be a little difficult, a bit difficult. Okay. You swim very rapidly and jump out the water. So there is a lot of different tools. You can create decoration. Pop. You can put behind, in front of the character, rotate the different objects.
Is this all Multimedia Fusion, or did you make an extension to handle?
It's all Multimedia Fusion thanks to the overlay Redux beta version. The ground is use a lot overlay Redux, the future overlay Redux. Okay. So you can put in front of character and put as ground too. So, for example, I can put some rocks or somewhere. And you can work in. And it's a ground, so you can throw grenades. Oh. Okay. Jump out. There is a lot of different things we can build with this editor. You can create some bridges. First point here and last point here. So the panda can try to work on it, but it's a movable bridge. And when you work, the bridge reacts on the speed, with the speed of the panda. You can cut off the bridge anytime by throw a grenade. No, I don't do that. But you can cut it manually, like that. You can create some objects, for example. So there is a very basic physics which allows each object to follow the ground, and you can create items like pineapple. Oops. I shit up. And you can take pineapple. There is weapons. There is some weapons: fire gun, plasma gun, acid gun, star gun. Fire gun is the basic one. You can take it and shoot.
Flavien, what are you using the weapons against?
Sorry?
What are you using the weapons against?
What's the enemy?
You can play some enemies. So there is a jelly enemy. Oh!
Shoot him.
So the enemies try to follow the character, but they have their own movement. So they try to follow the character with the limit of their own movement. So for example, the copter here has an 8 movement in the air and try to follow the character as he can. For example, hey, I'm here. Come on. Come on. Copters actually are they are not very intelligent, so they can crash. Oh, that don't work.
I think they are.
So they can crash, you can trust me. So there is a lot. What is very flexible with this engine. Oh, crash. So what is very flexible with this engine is that you can select the different movement for each enemies. For example, I've selected copter green characters enemies, and I've changed his move style to bouncer. So some parameters are too big, so he bounces to. Okay. So for example, I can take Granny, which has power 12 and bounce 50. If I put this character in the frame, it's like that. So he bounces and tries to follow the character and explode on it. So 12 and 50, I can create a jelly, select bouncer, and 12 and 50. And the copter will jump. So there is some bug actually, of course. Okay. So that's all for Panda games, Panda Quest.
So when your game is complete, can you save it and
Yes.
there's a runtime or?
Yes, you can save it. You can save it at runtime. For example, you can load the different maps. There is a bassin which I use it for my test. Up. And there is a water here, so you can swim. There is another other maps like free jellies, but but this is a level which was done before I've added the water. So the jellies are away. Free jellies. Yes, there is free jellies. They are the same instance of the same object, and they react differently, of course. Okay. There is Fusion Manager. I think this little tool is little known by somebody. This Fusion Manager allows you to manage the categories and the extensions of your Multimedia Fusion 2. So Fusion Manager loads all extensions like MMF2 and display them like MMF2 in the insert object. So Fusion Manager is that. And you can see all extensions installed. I have 2033 extensions installed. And some of mine are here. Okay. Fusion Manager allows you to change the categories of the different extensions because thanks to the power of Multimedia Fusion 2 with the categories, So you can right-click on an extension and set it to one of the different categories dynamically. You can create categories, of course, so you can set application priority object, for example, to be in outdated extensions, for example. So there is an outdated extension category here with application priority here, and you can delete this category. I delete it here. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. So Fusion Manager is very powerful for extensions developer because they can categorize all the different extensions, like put all beta extensions in the beta categories, and they can to get all informations about each extension. For example, if you click on an extension, you see his name here, bitwise helper object by the author, the copyright, the MFX, the version of the extensions, the release date, the weight of the edit time extensions and the weight of the runtime extensions, the website and the description of the different objects.
But where does it get that information from?
Information come from directly from the MFX.
So, like, but does it come from the resources, or does it actually call the functions which MMF would call?
Yes.
It calls the functions.
Sorry?
Like, does it actually call the functions as MMF would call them, so you'd actually get the information, or does it just get stuff from the resources?
Yes, I don't go to the resources. I go to the resources only for icon.
Yeah.
And
How do you extract the icon from the resources?
I load the DLL, the MFX as a DLL, and I use the different function of the object to get the different information in the tab.
So, like, how do you write an extension to call the?
Yes,
extension?
I write a private extension to call to load the extension.
So it's basically like a C++ extension with an MMF front end.
Yes. Okay. So there is a little feature which is very useful in Fusion Manager. Is you can, for example, and for only private use, load categories like audio. Right-click on it and package it. So there is some information you can put here. Some information are done automatically. 16 package extensions, and do not redistribute this package. So you can create package by keeping each extension categories, and the Fusion Manager will create an ifmp file where all extensions are in it.
Is that also done by the extension you wrote for the program?
The extension which permit to package?
Yeah.
No, it's a binary object which will permit that. This one.
Yeah.
It's this extension, because Fusion Manager has been developed in MMF2. Okay. So you can cancel, like I've done actually, and none of the different changes will be saved. The new software which will be released after the convention is Fusion Updater. Fusion Updater is a little software which will allow all of you to update each extensions which are installed or not on your hard drive. So actually, Fusion Updater says me that there is no internet connection, of course. So Fusion Updater can work offline too. If you have used it previously, a little database has been downloaded, and Fusion Updater is able to load it again to display the list of the different extensions, of the different available extensions. So here is all available extensions which can be released for everybody, and you can scroll to search one of the extensions you want. There is a second icon here, with here the icon of the object, but here there is no internet connection, so there is no icon for each object. This icon says if the extension is installed or not on your hard drive, and says to you if it's installed, if you must, if you should update it, or if you have a version which is updated. It says that. It says if you should install it or update your current extension. So with Fusion Updater, there is no problem if you have an extension which is in a version